how we doing, everyone? Tom Grisafi, Ag Bull Podcast, Ag Bull Trading. We got the land talker on here today, and we haven't met with the land talker for a few months. Summertime's probably quiet for land prices, and we know commodity prices have been going sideways. But let's see what the one and only, the land talker. How you doing, Jim?
Good, Tommy. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. Well, I skipped you last month and not on purpose. I was just a little busy, but we'll get back on track. There's nobody in the business doing a finer job than what you're doing with this here Land Talker Monthly. And I think people can subscribe to it for free, correct?
Absolutely. That's a free subscription. I keep track of all the land auctions in Iowa. And all you have to do is go to our website, www.iowaappraisal.com, and sign up for that. It's a monthly newsletter that is free subscription. It goes out first business day of the month via email. So,
Well, people
um,
like free stuff.
yeah, I just put the whatever happened as far as land auctions go in a table, and then whatever I pick up, the narrative I put in there is what I pick up talking to auctioneers, confirming those results.
hmm Well, we first page is a little bit about the weather. We had some drought. I think we got out of that. We did see the Mississippi River lower, but this is the August land talker. We're coming into the end of September. What's changed much between August and September, my friend?
Well, right now, the difference between August and September is the volume of acres going to auction is starting to increase. We're getting into selling season. August, if there's an off season for land auctions, it's from April till August, and so now we're starting to ramp up those volume of auctions. I mean, as you see in the newsletter there, I think it was like 6,700 acres went to auction in August. Well, in September, there's 13,000 acres, a little over 13,000 acres
Is
going to
that
auction.
right?
Yeah. So, we're testing the market. Okay. It says 6,874 acres going to auction in August. So that's really not enough to test the market. But now we're getting up to 13,000, over 13,000 acres. That's testing the market, Tommy. And
hmm
I'm telling you what, just their first week of September, we had one farm sold in Mitchell County, Iowa, right along the Minnesota border, north central Iowa, $24,400 an acre on 80 acres.
Is that right? Oh, there we go. I
Yeah.
got it a little bigger in the screen. And let's go through these here. I want to start in the beginning because I didn't have it on the screen real nice, but I'm
Hmm.
getting it pretty. Okay, we got our drought map. That's what people can see. You
Yep.
got the Land Talker Monthly
Yep.
acres auctioned in Iowa. These
Yep.
are the August month. You were saying that it's down. It
Yep.
was way down, but coming in September, we pop up from 7,000. Okay, you got your Land Hero. That's the digitalized software of all this stuff going on. Now we get to the
Yep.
good stuff because this is kind of like the best of August and September. But come October 1st or 2nd, you'll release this again, and we'll jump back on here.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
The question everyone wants to ask is, with corn markets down, are people still buying land? And I think the answer is yes, isn't it?
Absolutely. Are the market is incredibly stable. As I measured my auction data, um, you know, we're down a little bit, but not very much. I mean,
hmm
we're talking like 1% from January up till now. So I consider that a stable market.
I call that a win when you look at how
Absolutely.
much commodity prices are down and how high expenses are versus that. A few episodes ago, you had told me that you were a little surprised how much land was coming to auction from. Well, obviously, there's a natural progression of people dying, but you also said divorce, and that kind of caught us off guard. You said, there's been a lot of people getting divorced, and that land's getting auctioned off.
Yeah, it seemed like there was an uptick in divorce cases. I don't know why, but like
Those
right now
doggone
I had
online apps get people probably. I don't know what to say. I don't know what
yeah.
to say.
One
Hey,
thing that I'm
yes,
hearing
sir.
a lot about in the news media now is, there's some financial stress out here.
Absolutely.
Uh and so there's some of those auctions where that there was some being auctioned because of financial stress. But one thing I want to point out, there's not enough acres that's hitting the market because of that to, flood the market with acres. We're still, running pretty low on acres. going to auction. So the market's eating those acres up, and that's not a problem right now. Now it could be going in the future, but right now the market's just what little bit there is come to the market because of financial stress. It's just getting ate up by other farmers.
Hmm. And there are the haves and have-nots right now in agriculture, Jim. I mean, there's people who have the money and the people who don't, and you're seeing a little bit of everything, right?
Absolutely. That's how I would call this. There's haves and have-nots. 84% of the farmland in Iowa carries no debt.
That's
Those are
an
the haves.
amazing statistic. Just
It is.
amazing statistic. Yeah.
That the land is undercapitalized in Iowa, and I'm sure it's that in other states around Iowa too.
Yeah, that's
Um,
interesting.
but with that strong equity positions, it's going to take something to to really affect the market. Um,
Yeah.
Not saying it couldn't happen, but in the '80s, there was people carrying a lot more debt than they are now.
Yeah, it's different. It's different. Hey, I'm sure you heard the news. You heard about the Trump bucks, right?
Yeah, I did. I did. The first thing I thought is like, oh, we're gonna have another run up in land prices.
Ah, the old Trump bucks. Ring the bell. Ring the bell. I love that graphic there. The old Trump bucks. You also probably heard that we might be closing down Washington D.C., right?
I hadn't heard that yet. Tell me about
Well,
it.
we may have a shutdown, and
Oh,
apparently,
yeah, 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 yeah.
we spend too much money, but we're going to give away more money. We helped Argentina this week. That was weird in itself. Not that we shouldn't help people, but we really did the Argentine farmers a big favor. But it is what it is. America's a fun and interesting place. With that, if they give away Trump bucks, that probably just floats more money. Sometimes they say when they give away money like that, the money gets put in the wrong hands. Like, sure, the farmer gets it, but they immediately pay off debt, do this, do that. Like, it just flows, right? Ag retail
Absolutely.
says, oh, they just got a payment. We don't need to lower prices.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. As a matter of fact, I was going to tell you,
Yes, sir.
I've gotten a little cash rent data, and
Hmm.
there's no
Oh, yeah,
change
let's
from
talk
last
about that.
year.
No
I
change?
haven't no change from last year. Some
Oh,
of
that'll
the
catch people surprised. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and now how do I explain that? Because expenses, fertilizer prices are said to be
Hmm.
going up, because of tariffs or what have you. I can't explain it.
Mm-mm.
Corn prices have been essentially cut in half, or almost cut in half from the peak in 2022. Um, I can't explain it other than there's just strong hands out here, strong equity positions out here in rural
Yeah.
Iowa, and there's some that's not. The heavy cash renters, those farmers who cash rent a lot of land, I would say those are the ones that the have-nots.
Mm. It's a challenge. It's a challenge out there. All right, we got your information up here. This is the end of September. We're going to have another land talker coming out in a week. We had skipped a month, but it sounds like we picked a good month to skip. How do people get a hold of you?
Yeah, so you can go to our website, www.iowaappraisal.com, and pick up get subscribe to the newsletter. Land Hero is a software that you can access my sale database. If you're a buyer and looking to buy land, and you need fast market data, Land
Hmm.
Hero is your answer. So,
I love it.
um, that's how you can get a hold of me.
All right, sounds good. Well, this time you're Safi with the Ag Bull Podcast, Mr. Jim, and then you have a podcast yourself. They can catch out on YouTube,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Land Talker TV. I interview people
Land
of
Talker TV. I like the
yeah.
way that sounds.
Yeah, yeah. So I've got several interviews on there. I'm lining up some more interviews and get those posted.
Excellent. All right. We will catch you in another week. We'll be right back. Don't change that channel, but send people this video. I think they'll like it. With that, it's been a short August in review. Land acres auction were down, but don't worry. September will be one to remember, and it sounds like October is going to be even better. Keep an eye out for those Trump bucks. I'll catch you next week, Mr. Jim.
Thank you, Tommy.